COVID, Trump, the whole world shut down.
But how do you deal with that, Rich? Because you're like in that world. You're not all the way in, but you know what I mean? Like, how do you decipher the bullshit? I think we're gonna get into practical advice and red flags for our community members for when you're about to get finessed that are not so obvious. But right now, at that moment, how were you staying? I mean, did you get hit by anything that was like a bad investment and you believed what wasn't true?
Oh, for sure. I mean, listen, everybody was making money back then. It didn't matter what you bought. People were buying penny stocks. Everything was up. Yeah, so it's easy to seem like a genius when everything is going up, right? But I got burned really bad in that. There was this big talk about Tesla, and there was a big event called Battery Day, and Elon Musk was going to present this shiny new technology, and there was some AI undertones with this new tech.
And you get caught in the subreddits.
I got caught in all of it, bro.
Because they're saying, man, you could hedge this bet now because he's going to do this and we could get ahead of it.
Yes.
Is that like a hive? It's like hive mentality, right? Like you just start believing everything you read.
Yeah. Listen, I fell into the social media matrix, like Discord, social media, Twitter. Long story short, I threw like 15 racks into Tesla in options, which I had no experience trading. The event was a flop. Elon Musk didn't present anything new other than some numbers that were kind of like underwhelming as far as car purchases. And I got burned, bro. Like I lost 15K in one trade. I was sick for about a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
$15,000?
Yeah. One trade. One bad trade.
This is perfect. We can stop the show right here. What were the teachers? No, seriously, I'm curious. What were looking back, what were the more teachable moments, the red flags that you ignored? One of them had to be confirmation bias. Once you saw what you wanted to see, you let the algorithm just keep showing you more stuff that was in that world.
Yeah, I think for one, it was like the urgency, right? Like, oh, it's Battery Day. Elon Musk sells electric cars. You know, this is a once in a lifetime event. He's going to announce some groundbreaking information and revolutionary technology when it comes to Tesla and cars and AI. And bro, I bought it all. And I was also really up from the 2020 penny stocks market boom. So I felt like
invincible.
Comfortable enough. Yeah, invincible.
You were like, bro, I keep getting 21s on blackjack. I got it.
100%. I was right about a lot of trades, and it got to this one and I'm like, oh, watch, I'm going to turn this 15 into 100 in just one trade. And boy, was I wrong. I was sick for about a week. I could not believe, by the way, 15K was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money today. I was like, man, I wish I hadn't doubled down on that. I wish I didn't fall for the social media matrix, the Discord, the, sense of urgency, the once in a lifetime opportunity. Take advantage of it now. There'll never be another Battery Day. Elon Musk will never announce this groundbreaking tech. I fell for it all. Now looking back, I feel foolish for falling into that, but I'll tell you this much, I'll never make that mistake again. I don't think I have made a trade that large since. And that was back in 2020.
This is actually perfect, Rich. It's funny, we talked about stories on our pre-prep show that we do. Maybe one day we'll put this all on the Patreon where you can see me and Rich vent about our adult lives before we come on air and give advice to young people or anybody that we feel like we can help. And again, we're going to get into practical advice and red flags at the end of the show. So anybody that just wants to skip to that, go to that part right now. But me and Rich are kind of sharing stories to give context. Also, I want to create empathy with our community. I want them to know that we are not infallible. Everyone can fall victim to psychological tricks when your back is against the wall and your finances are not right and you're trying to turn 1 into 100 and 100 into 100,000. Rich, your story was basically that, right? You were up, but you wanted to be more up. So you could turn that 15 into 100. And to you, it was certain, right? It was a lock based on everything you were reading up until that moment.
Yeah. And I wasn't the only one that got burned. There was a whole bunch of people that got burned with me. Right?
Do you personally know anybody that was in on it?
I know a couple. We had a little
post-game powwow. Y'all got toast and butter because you had no more money to spend on food.
Yeah, I remember talking to my girlfriend at the time, telling her about this mistake.
Oh, that's crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was.
Was she in on it?
No, she could.
Did you tell her to give you?
First of all, no, she couldn't.
You were like, "Yo, give me 5,000. I'm gonna come back with 50 for you."
That probably was a mistake because I don't think she knew like how much money I had. So just mentioning how much I lost, it made her recompute like how much I actually had. She was cool about it. She was just kind of like, hey, it's fine. You're a smart guy. You'll pick yourself back up. You'll save. You'll be right about a different trade. And that did help a lot. But bro, it took me about a week thinking and marinating in this failure of a trade. Like, why did we do that? Like, I could have bought a car with that. I could have thrown that into my student loans. I could have like thrown that into an account for my son. Like, I started to think about all the things that I could have done with that money that I lost instead of making that trade.
You know, I do want to say this. One quote that comes to mind is, certainty is an illusion. And that quote is more for like human beings, people in your life, people that you feel like, oh, this person is certain. They're going to be what I expect them to be. Nothing is 100% certain. That's a fact. But I think that quote is relevant for this world where you're being pitched you read an entire Discord thread or a Reddit thread or a blog post or a Twitter thread. The more you read, the more you become invested in what outcome you want. I gamble on sports all the time. And I probably lose anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 a year on gambling. But it's the adrenaline rush of the up and down, up and down, up and down. Win 5, lose 3, and you get to watch the game and be invested. I can see why people that day trade or in stocks or crypto, meme coins, shit coins, whatever you want to call them, they are also addicted to that roller coaster of constantly putting money in, reading what's going to happen, feeling like you know the future, and your money is tied to the future. So again, this part of the show is to be very clear that Rich and I are far from perfect, and we're not claiming to be. But there are teachable things that should be shared amongst people that take the step, and everybody gets burned by it, of getting rich quick. Too fast, too soon. Too good to be true. All these cliches exist for a reason. So I think that story is incredible, Rich. I did have a story when I was a teenager, which is very different than the climate we're in online with like the internet right now, because the internet is impulse. Like, if I have my mother's credit card information and I see an opportunity to help my mother turn $2,000 she has in our savings account, and I know for a fact, based on the research I've done, is it the Best Buy? I've seen the movie on the Best Buy, like stock. Is it Best Buy or no? GameStop.
GameStop, yeah.
The GameStops. It's like I could see someone living in a fucked up situation and paying attention to these forum boards with no money and convincing people they love to put money in. And that one story of the GameStop stock being the one stock that crushed all of corporate America, that's an underdog story. The probability of that is 1 to a zillion. But people will use that as an anchor to be like, man, it can happen. This could be GameStop again. But how many GameStops are you going to get in a 4-year cycle?
Yeah, not many, if one at all.
Rare, right? So I could see the hope. I think that's what I was trying to get to. There's a lot of hope and desperation in people that have their back against the wall. And that's something I definitely empathize with, because I didn't grow up with a lot. So we get it. I think that's the point. We get it. And when I was in high school, I remember everybody was, this is the 2000s throwback jerseys, big jewelry, pinwheel hats, bandanas. And me and my boys would go to Manhattan and we would go to Canal Street, and my mom would give me like a few $100s to go school shopping. So rather than going to like the Paramus Mall or like Bergen Line, we would go to New York, jump on the little $2 bus and go to Canal Street and try to get more for our dollar. But what we didn't know is that Canal Street is notorious for selling fake products. So I remember I had my own money, and then my parents gave me, like my mom and pops gave me like $200 or $300 to go school shopping for clothes. Anyway, long story short, we're on Canal Street. I wind up buying 2 bootleg jerseys, and I had like $300 left. And me and my boys, we get pulled over by these Haitian guys, and they're like, yo, he's like, yo, Poppy, I see you guys getting money, whatever. We look cool, we're trying to look cool while we go shopping. And he pulled me to the side and he isolated me. And this Haitian dude just like went in his pocket and was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. We just ran up on somebody. We stole this chain. I gotta get this chain off of me. So like, I see you got jewelry on, but like, this is a $4,000 chain. And I was on some like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm cool. But he was like, the urgency. He's like, bro, I gotta get out of here. So either you buy this chain or I'm gonna just give it to somebody. Bro, the dude had a lighter and he lit the lighter and just started going like this with the chain. And I don't know shit about gold, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that would have melted if it was fake. And then he pulled out like this little thing to test it, and he tested the chain and it came up with a little green light. Basically, he was a fucking hood magician. He just like showed me all these tricks.